Hello and welcome back to my channel Awesome Learning. This is Mrs. Mriga Chibbar and I am going to teach you about Human Excretory System Class 11 Biology. Children, we are using a PPT and your NCERT book in front of me as you see here. So we will be taking on both the slides so that I can make you understand about the things written in your NCERT along with the beautiful diagrams and very clear diagrams through the PPT. So let's start with the human excretory system. In humans, excretory system consists of a pair of kidneys, two kidneys, a pair of ureters. These are the ureters, the pipes that come out of the kidney. Then a urinary bladder and the urethra. Children, each kidney of an adult human measures 10 to 12 centimeter in length, 5 to 7 centimeter in width, 2 to 3 centimeter in thickness, with an average weight of 120 to 170 grams. Towards the center of the inner concave surface of kidney, there is a notch called helium, and through this helium, ureter, blood vessels and nerves enter. So let me show you this. Children, this is our human excretory system, a pair of kidneys, pair of ureters, urinary bladder and urethra. Now children, this is a kidney and the concave surface which they are talking about is, this is the concave surface. Here there is a notch. This is the notch they are talking about. And this notch is called helium. And through this notch, renal artery, renal vein and the ureter are entering the kidney. So children, again I am repeating, the concave surface of kidney has a notch which is called helium, and through this helium, renal artery, renal vein and the ureter enter the kidney. Another thing, it is a reddish brown bean shaped structure enclosed in a tough 3-layered fibrous capsule. It is situated between the levels of last thoracic and third lumbar vertebrae. Now these are the vertebral column. This is the vertebral column. So kidneys, where are the kidney placed? Last thoracic and third lumbar. And towards the dorsal side, that means पीठ की तरफ. आपके dorsal means आपका back side. आपकी पीठ को dorsal side बोलते हैं. And जो आपका stomach वाला part है, सामने वाला part है, that is called ventral side. So kidneys are placed dorsally. And I have already told you about the length, width and thickness of kidney, and the average weight is 120 to 170 grams. Now children, this is what is helium. The concave side of the kidney has a notch. I told you already about the helium part, and this through this notch various blood vessels, nerves and the ureters enter the kidney. Renal artery, children, artery brings oxygenated blood to the kidney. Renal vein will carry deoxygenated blood, and the ureter will carry the urine which will be formed by the kidney. Right? Then children, here the same thing they are saying, but let me show you your NCERT also. You can see here, inner to the helium is a broad funnel shaped space called the renal pelvis with projection called calces. Outer layer of kidney is tough capsule. Now let me show you. This was your notch or the helium part, and when you enter the kidney, there is a funnel shaped structure. You can see here a funnel shaped structure, and this funnel shaped structure is called renal pelvis. This extends through, you see, the renal pelvis is extending towards the outer side of the kidney and is called calcis. So renal pelvis जो है वो एक funnel shaped structure है जो आगे continue हो जाता है, and that continued portion is called calcis. Right? Children, renal pelvis has the projection called calcis. Okay. Now, each kidney has two parts. One is the outer part. You see, this is the outer part. And the other is the inner part. Children, outer part of the kidney is known as cortex. And inner part here is known as medulla. And the medulla is divided into various pyramid-like structures. See, you can see. These are called medullary pyramids. Children, in between two pyramids, the cortex is extended. You can see the cortex extends between the two pyramids, and that extended portion of the cortex is known as renal column or column of Bertini. We have written here cortex extends in between the medullary pyramids as renal columns called columns of Bertini. Clear? So this is about cortex, about medulla, about medullary pyramids, about calcis and the column of Bertini. Children, each kidney has numerous pyramids, and each pyramid has many nephrons. So you can imagine, if one pyramid is having numerous nephrons, so the whole kidney can have many nephrons. So almost each kidney has 1 million nephron. Now what is a nephron? Nephron is the structural and functional unit of kidney. Just like cell was the structural and functional unit of body, similarly nephron is the structural and functional unit of kidney, because it is the nephron which will do the work that was done or that is done by the kidneys. What is the work done by the kidneys? Excretion. So the excretion part is covered by the nephron. Children, each nephron has two parts. One is the glomerulus and the other is the renal tubule. Now this part of the nephron you see is the glomerulus, and the whole tubular part of the nephron is the renal tubule. Okay, children, now this is the glomerulus, you can see, and the glomerulus is contained inside a capsule called Bowman's capsule. This is a cup-shaped structure called Bowman's capsule. This Bowman's capsule has a tuft of capillaries, a bunch of capillaries called glomerulus. It also has a structure called afferent arteriole and efferent arteriole. Now let me show you your NCERT children. Here it says this all we have already done about the medulla and the medullary rays. I just want to show you this part. Each kidney has numerous nephrons, and the functional unit of nephron has two parts. One is the glomerulus and the renal tubule. Now this is the portion which I wanted to show you. Glomerulus is a tuft of capillaries formed by afferent arteriole. Now how is glomerulus formed? Glomerulus is formed by afferent arteriole. Now what is afferent arteriole, children? Afferent arteriole is a branch of renal artery. Children, renal artery is the artery which brings oxygenated blood to the kidney. This artery divides further to form arterioles, and we call those arterioles as afferent arteriole. Now the afferent arteriole, the blood inside the afferent arteriole is oxygenated. Now these afferent arterioles continue further and divide to form bunch of capillaries or tuft of capillaries. Now these tuft of capillaries are further continued into venules and veins which will carry the deoxygenated blood. Children, afferent arteriole will bring in the oxygenated blood, and this blood from the afferent arteriole will move to the glomerulus.